We want to take a moment to welcome everyone to the Watch This Shit podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. My name is Seneca the Movie Professor. With this podcast, we're going to give you the definitive decision on whether you should go view a new movie release or not. It's real easy. If we say, watch this shit, stop what you're doing and enjoy some good cinema. If we say, don't watch this shit, avoid it as you would having a slumber party in a haunted house. Or don't, you know, do what you want. It may be fun, or it may cost you your beauty sleep. You want to listen to us? Put your life in your own hands. Rarely does a movie have such a big dip in critical and commercial success between its initial entry and a sequel, and is greenlit for a third installment. Alas, here we are. We have another offering in theaters. A Hunting in Venice Hercules Halloween Day special is the third film in Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot series. The first being A Murder on the Orient Express, which I remember fondly and performed well at the box office. Then Death on the Nile, which I didn't like at all, and its worldwide gross dropped by over half of what the original made. Now, let's see how this third one goes. Oh boy. Hercule has gone into retirement after solving numerous cases and experiencing so many deaths. He just wants to lead a quiet life and enjoy his routines. He has hired a former police officer as a bodyguard to keep his adoring fans and their requests for help at bay. He is visited by the author of the books inspired by him in this universe, played by Tina Fey. She is the reason that Hercule has become so legendary by making a living off of his adventures. Now she wants to pull him back in to solve the case of a haunted house in Venice. Reluctantly, he takes up the offer just to go see what has her so intrigued, as even though they argue about which of them is the most clever, he recognizes that she is an extremely smart individual. If this tale of supernatural powers has her stumped, he must see it for himself. Then, just as all of the films in this series go, a murder mystery ensues. Being a Halloween, excuse me, being a Halloween movie, I don't know why that sentence was coming out so weird. Being a Halloween movie, for whatever reason, Kenneth Branagh, who plays the lead and directs, thought it was a great idea to include a lot of jump scares. Within the first 5 minutes of the movie, a jump scare happened. At that point, I knew what kind of movie I was in for. So I did the smart thing. I took count. I took count of how many times they used this tired tactic. Even with me being generous, some of them I didn't count because the setup and the payoff made sense. I counted 15 unnecessary moments of this. Let's just call it what it is. It's a gimmick. Note for writers: if you are writing a story, and the only way you can elicit fear in the audience is to turn the volume down and then give sudden burst of full audio resonance, then you need to take a couple more years of writing class. And after that, you still may not be ready. Look at the story, try again. Of course, that's my battle with the horror genre, which technically this film is supposed to be a murder mystery with horror elements slightly added. So let's look at it from that perspective. The story takes place in the 1920s or 1930s in the beautiful city of Venice. But you wouldn't be able to tell because 95% of the film takes place in a dusty ass mansion. Unlike Equalizer 3, that utilized its setting to create great shots for the cinematographer, this movie uses tight shots, which are supposed to give a sense of being trapped in the spaces of the creepy old setting. There, there are shots that are used to try and give the feeling of the drugs that have been used on some of the characters. Again, these feel gimmicky. There are smart uses of what I call the Blair Witch style filming, getting right into the character's face, trying to convey what they are experiencing. But Brana failed at it here. This is the first time I've seen him try this technique in a film so prominently, and I hope he doesn't use it again, ever. In order to keep the audience guessing who done it, many supporting cast members are introduced. This movie has an expansive cast. I'm not going to even get into all the people. I will talk about the one that is the most egregious use of a great actor. the horribly underutilized Michelle Yeoh. Her scenes as the possibly swindling psychic called in to perform a seance to reach the spirit of the deceased victim are the best in the movie. Watching her attempt to work over the crowd, along with her two assistants, and playing off of Tina Fey is great. Sadly, spoiler alert, she is only in the movie for all of 15 minutes. This was a shame. They really took last year's Best Female Oscar winner and gave her 15 minutes of screen time. That is unforgivable in my opinion, as the only time I was interested in this movie was when she was playing up the angle of her abilities to commune with the dead. Knives Out is an infinitely better murder mystery, and in that movie, they tell us who's responsible for the murder early in the movie. They do this by creating better character dynamics and believable motive for each of the cast. That is what keeps audiences intrigued and wanting to continue to watch. You can give away the trick, but if you are entertaining in the way the story is told, people will enjoy the show. That's common sense. Here, the motivations of the potential killers are forced, so much so that you can immediately tell it's misdirection. Take it, I haven't read any of the Perot novels, so maybe this was the perfect adaptation. We know damn well it wasn't. We all know better than that. Even if it was, maybe it would have been more prudent to update the setup. The worst part is, by the end of the movie, Hercule got his mojo back, so the franchise can't continue. No, 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 thank you. Go ahead and let this be the last time we see you, sir. Goodbye. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. This is a don't watch that shit. Nothing here gave me any sense of wonder or even wanting to know who committed the murder. I just wanted the movie to be over the entire time I was sitting there. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening to another episode of Watch This Shit. You come here for the realest take on new movies. So make sure you follow us so you're not left in the dark on whether you should check out a movie or not. If you haven't seen this yet, go on about your life. Don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, you're doing good. Damn, you're doing good. Check us out next time when we review Expendables 4, and good day to you.